So, the day's finally come. My day, which has been just over 6 years in the making. I'm in the western region of the Lake District, and the plan today is to climb 3 fells: Blancrig, Crag Fell, and then my final, which is Grike. I'm just south of Ennerdale. The weather, typical Lakeland really. I expect it to be raining all day. It's forecasted rain all day, but as yet, it's sort of like getting away with it. The cloud line, however, is quite low. It's just hovering above Blancrig there, which is just over 500 metres. But this is it. This is a long goal of mine. A goal which I've had in mind, since April 2015. I think it's so important in life to have goals. They keep you grounded, they give you direction, a purpose. And obviously when they're completed, it gives you that sense of achievement as well. I used to be a people manager, and each team member was given a goal and objective, a SMART objective, which is specific, measurable, achievable, realistic and timely. Remember that. Specific, well, it's simple really. It's 214 Lakeland fells to complete. Is it realistic? Yeah, it is definitely realistic. To be honest, for a fairly able-bodied man like myself, it is fairly easy, but there's been hard times. In terms of timely, I never really set myself a goal. I was hoping to achieve it in 2020 last year, but something came along to stop that. But here we are. So, in terms of when it all began,
back in early 2015, I fancied a new adventure, as I'd long had desire for mountain biking and the thrill and excitement it brought. My passion for the outdoors went back, for example here, to my snowboarding days in Canada, tasting the fresh air, enjoying the adrenaline and generally looking damn cool. To this day, I have a passion for landscape photography, and I wanted to combine both the adventure and art together. My attention turned to the Lake District and the discovery of the fells, but rather with a bike. This time, I would just be walking. This non-stabilised footage was taken back in April 2015 and is near Ulloch Pike, my first Wainwrights, which was unbeknown to me at the time. This led me to my target, which was Skiddaw. I had previously looked up famous mountains in the Lake District, and this one grabbed my fancy. From the solitude, excitement and adrenaline rush that day gave me, I knew I wanted more, and so the story began. My next hikes were again to the better known mountains, including Helvellyn, Great Gable and Bow Fell. It was shortly around this time that I had an idea and discovered Alfred Wainwright. The Wainwrights are divided into 7 different regions in accordance with the Great Alfred Wainwright's pictorial guides. My plan was to bag each region at a time, and at first the plan was working, starting with the central region, including the Langdale Pikes. Every now and then, however, I ventured to other regions, including England's tallest Scafell Pike, which was in the southern region. The next area was the far eastern, then the eastern, and so on. I kept a log of the fells that I had bagged on a simple Word document, highlighting in red those in which I had completed. My tracks were also logged onto ViewRanger, which I'd used from the start as my GPS navigation aid on my phone. I planned the routes on the PC before syncing to my mobile phone. To be honest, the paths of the fells are fairly easily mapped out, and once I'd got a general feel what to expect in the fells, navigation became a lot easier going forward.
There she is, Grike, my final fell. Oh, cloud is dispersing as well. Still some rain, still a bit of weather hanging around, but I'm about to reach my first fell of the day. Where's the stone? Where's the stone when you need it? Oh, that'll do. So, Lancrig. Now, the purists of you out there may argue, what's the Wainwright? Well, just be safe and sound. You saw me tap my sticks on the trig point, but I noticed this further on. There's a cairn. It's traditional to place a rock on top of the cairn. It is slightly lower actually. I'm probably right with the trigger point. Anyway, typical Lakeland weather. I'll say that the clouds were dispersing, and here we go. We're clagged in again. Right, okay. Next fell, number 212 done. Crag fell 213 next. So the wind is picking up. You can probably see now the claggy start to lift, it's just typical. And that's what I love about the Lake District fells. It just changes like that. Yes, over the years I've seen some varied conditions, from really hot sunny days where it's quite difficult to hike in, to absolute torrential downpours and hurricane winds, maybe not hurricane, but not near off. But this is what's exciting about it.
The weather has no doubt played a massive part in my days spent in the fells. From the rain-soaked experiences of Lingmore, knocked rig, and the driving torrential onslaught on Fleetwood Pike. These are the conditions that have excited me. I've had, of course, glorious days of beautiful sunshine, like here on Gobara, and battled the relentless heat on the Fairfield Horseshoe. There is no doubt, however, the rain has certainly got the better of me. Landscape photography has been my companion, and I have definitely enjoyed the opportunity to capture my times in Lakeland. Here is a collection of some of my favourites. As I approached my penultimate fell, Cragfell, it felt strange that this journey was nearing its end. I sat enjoying the wonderful views over Ennerdale and thinking how lucky I was because it wasn't the end. The next time I will be hiking the Lake District, I will be free of ticking off a list. This was just the briefing, the introduction of what is out there, while smiling, saying to myself, I've climbed that, and that, and that. It was time to say, right, shall we do it? Let's get this done. My final fell was about 1 kilometre away, the last kilometre of nearly 1,000. Since May 2016, I recorded nearly 250,000 feet of ascent, but now was my final push. I'll remember this kilometre for a long, long time. My audio had failed me. To this day, I'm still not sure why. Maybe it was the right thing to silence me, with just the wind and no words. My gestures spoke for themselves. Suddenly I was thrown back to my youth, punched in the air with fist pumps, shouting incomprehensibly. It was done, and as I collected my poles, I turned to the camera and allowed my emotion to be released. Still silenced, because maybe it was just meant for me.
I don't believe this weather. Blue skies, sun's out, bouncing off my head. Who cares? I got a bit excited up there. Unbeknown to me at the time, I was having audio issues. Good job really, because I got a bit excited and emotional. But yeah, no surprise there. But yeah, done. 214 Wainwrights complete. Now a lot of people have asked me what's my plans next. A few have mentioned perhaps the Munros in Scotland. I've no real intention of doing that. The distance is an issue. Plus again there's over 200. One of them involves ropes and I may do a few, but I'm not planning. What I'm going to do, I'm going to stick to the Lake District. And I'll probably do my favourite route, simple as that, but different ways up. And I'll bring you with me and also choose some of my favourite photography locations as well. But no plans at all. I absolutely adore this place, and I've only just touched it. Yes, I've done all the Wainwrights, but lots more to explore, as it was. Now, regards to a bit of photography, yeah, it wasn't about photography today. I got a square, maybe 1 or 2 squares, and the way back down, but yeah. Now, it is traditional to celebrate. Just bear with me a minute. Talk amongst yourselves. Yeah, it's traditional to celebrate, isn't it? As it should be if you achieve some goals. So the problem I've got is I'm more or less teetotal. I don't drink alcohol at all. What I did, I brought with me an old favourite. Jelly babies, why not? Got to celebrate, living the high life, I tell you. I'll no doubt get home, maybe celebrate when I get home. I'm a mixed bag of emotions. I'm sad in a way because it's sentimental, it's all complete, it's all done now. But in a way, obviously, I'm overwhelmed of this achievement I've accomplished. Right, okay, without further ado, I'll leave you for now. Join me next time for some landscape photography vlogs. This was a special day, dedicated just for the hike. Okay, keep smiling. I'll probably smile all the way back to my car and all the way home as well. Look after yourself. Bye bye for now.